and welcome to Newsfeed on Trust TV. I am Sumaya Abubakar, taking you through the stories trending online that people are talking about and sharing around the globe today. President Tinubu signs 28.7 trillion naira 2024 appropriation budget into law. 112,000 passengers benefit from the federal government's 50% transport scheme. Federal government set to spend a token of 100 billion naira on school feeding in 2024. Tsunami waves hit Japan after strong earthquakes. Now, top of what's trending today, we have the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on January 1st signed into law the 2024 appropriation bill at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. Tinubu assented to the 28.7 trillion naira budget shortly after he arrived in Abuja from Lagos, where he spent his holiday. The budget is 1.2 trillion naira higher than the budget he proposed to a joint session of the National Assembly on November 29, 2023. On Friday, December 29, 2023, the Senate increased the 2024 budget by 1.2 trillion naira, moving the budget from 27.5 trillion naira to 28.7 trillion naira. According to the report submitted by the Appropriation Committee led by Senator Solomon Adeola, aggregate expenditure was pegged at 28.7 trillion naira, statutory transfer at 1.7 trillion naira, recurrent expenditure at 8.7 trillion naira. Capital expenditure at 9.9 trillion naira and GDP at 3.88%. Among those with the president while he signed were the president of the Senate, Senator Godswill Akpabio, and the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Tajuddin Abbas, the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, Atiku Abubakar, and the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, were on hand as well. Also on the ground were the Chief of the Staff to the President, Femi Gbajabiamila, the National Chairman of the ruling All Progressive Congress APC, Abdullahi Ganduje, Chairman of the Senate Appropriation Committee, Senator Olamilekan Adeola, among others. A netizen commented, "What do they do with all this money? Nothing works in this country yet. Every day I am seeing 50 trillion, 50 billion. Another person asked, "Is the budget for the citizens or?" And someone said, signing such amounts into law in a country that is lawless, our own don't spoil. Next on What's Trending, we have no fewer than 112,000 people and passengers have so far benefited from the 50% fare reduction on the interstate routes since the offer announced by the federal government took effect on Thursday, December 21st, 2023. The Association of Luxury Bus Owners of Nigeria, ALBON, in a statement applauded the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's led federal government for the gesture of subsidizing transport fares for Nigerians during the festive season, which they described as unprecedented. For the return leg of the seasonal travels, the association disclosed that it has mobilized some state-owned transit companies to join in the project. This includes Gombe State Mass Transit and Borno State Mass Transit, amongst others. National President of the group, Nonso Ubajaja, and the Honorary Secretary, Frank Ineji, in a statement assured that Albon member companies have been mobilized towards ensuring that more passengers take advantage of the federal government's ticket rebate to travel to various destinations before the offer ends on January 4, 2024. It would be recalled that the fare discount was announced on Wednesday, December 20th, but the Albon members commenced the sale on the discounted target the following day and will continue till January 4th, 2024, according to their statement. A netizen said, "That is 0.56% of our population. In reality, this is insignificant for a country of 200 million population, and a government scheme or policy only benefits 0.58% of its population. That is a failure." A guy wrote, "Even at that, I haven't seen anyone that benefited from it. Reduction of fuel price would have had a widespread effect." Another guy opined, "We can lie in data." Next on What's Trending, we have President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has disclosed that the 2024 budget includes about 100 billion naira allocation of the school feeding programs. Tinubu made this statement during the signing of the 2024 appropriation bill into law in the State House in Abuja on Monday, January 1st. He stated that the provision will serve as a stimulant to encourage attendance in schools and reduce the problem of out-of-school children. And he said one of the priority areas of the bill bill we just passed is the 100 billion naira provision for the feeding of school children. I believe that it is a stimulant that will encourage school enrollment and also address malnutrition among school children. I will be meeting with local government at sub-national levels so that we can collaborate and jointly implement an all-inclusive program, the president said. Earlier in December, Tinubu ordered the reintroduction of the school feeding program and mandated its transfer from the Humanitarian Ministry to the Education Ministry. The program, previously halted under former President Muhammadu Buhari, will now fall under the Education Ministry's purview, aiming to not only provide nutritious meals to pupils, but also encourage attendance and enhance learning. A netizen said, "This program is fake. They feed few schools and we don't hear of the rest." Someone asked, why not give their parents the money to feed the children? Federal government can actually pay parents in Nigeria. A guy added, then teachers' salaries are less than 50K. Now, so what's trending? We have the Chief of Army Staff, COAS, Lieutenant General Taoreed Lagbaja, says allowing Nigerians to carry arms in self-defense against bandits and gunmen and rampaging killer herdsmen will lead to anarchy. Mr. Lagbaja said this while speaking on Christmas Eve killings across villages in Plateau State that left over 162 dead and scores injured. Asked whether he supports Plateau State Governor Caleb Mutfwang's call for locals to defend themselves from rampaging bandits, Mr. Lagbaja said such will result in anarchy. He said, I do not support that. I think that it's called for anarchy. The Nigerian army is the people's army. It is organized, funded with the people's money to protect lives and property. When you have a situation where people freely carry and use arms, then it becomes a lawless state. He urged the state's residents to provide the military with adequate information about incidents. He said they should report incidents. They should assist the military with information so the military can respond as quickly as possible. But to have a situation where people carry arms openly, I do not subscribe to that, he said. He said the Nigerian military has deployed more soldiers and equipment to tackle rising insecurity in Plateau State. I have rolled out our plans for 2024 for Plateau State. The troops that we are deploying to Plateau are on their way to Plateau now, this night or first light tomorrow. They should be on the Plateau. We are sending more equipment to enhance the efficiency of the troops, Mr. Lagbaja said. A netizen wrote, if they allow us to use gun in this country, our population will reduce by 50% before June. A guy opined, allow men carry guns in some states that has serious insecurity. We are tired of hearing condemn, condemn. We are losing friends and family. I have gun though. Another guy said, the answer to guns isn't more guns. We have seen this already, indeed. Now let's take a short break, and when we come back, you will see how a man tries to tackle kidnappers in Lagos. Stay tuned. Welcome back. It's Newsfeed. Now, a man raises alarm over suspected kidnapping after sighting a lady struggling to get out of a car in Lagos. One Bishop Kell, who has raised alarm over a suspected kidnap of an unknown woman on New Year Day in Victoria Island, Lagos. He posted videos he filmed at the scene on X around 2:53 p.m. on January 1st, alleging that the woman was struggling to get out of a black Pathfinder car on Ahmadu Bello Way. He wrote, happening now on New Year's Day, a lady was struggling to get out of this black Pathfinder on Ahmadu Bello Way, Lagos. I believe she's been kidnapped. I got the face of the driver and the plate. For the record, I raised the alarm, called on area boys, but most of them hesitated. The driver got back in the car and drove off. I followed the car around VI, hoping that I will see a policeman to report to, but none was on the route that they followed. They later started driving back towards 3rd Mainland Bridge. I even flagged down cars behind me and kept screaming that someone is being kidnapped. Everyone overtook me. I already followed them around for some minutes before they parked. That is when I remembered to take a video, he said. A netizen said, this driver is not smart, so there is no way that you will double cross that car and raise alarm. A lady wrote, I feel the guy should have started to shout instead. People would have gathered. Going to the car could put him at risk too. Another lady asks, you want him to act action movie for you all? The fact that he made a video and revealed the plate number ain't enough for you? Next on What's Trending, we have a Nigerian lady who says the way food will be scarce in 2024, we are not ready for it. A video making rounds on social media shows a lady who claims the killing in northern Nigeria is being done by those interested in its mineral resources. Take a look.
If you realize some of the most fertile lands in northern Nigeria are the ones that are being attacked, Plateau State. Do you know what is underneath those beautiful fertile lands? It is also solid minerals. People are killed daily while miners are mining those lands. How can you raise down an entire village, bring it down to ashes, evacuate everybody there, and go behind their backs to go and be mining their gold? How wicked can you be? This is also affecting not only our economy, but also the food supply for the common man who cannot afford to eat. And the rate at which food is going to be scarce in 2024, you are not ready for it. Underneath all of these rises of insecurity is a major business of natural resource buying and selling. Illegal. Zamfara has gold, and daily gold is traded while people are killed and evacuated from their villages. Those are the kinds of leaders we have in northern Nigeria. You are wicked people, and you have blood on your hands, and you're going to be judged for it. At first, you would think, oh, it is insecurity. Oh, it's Fulani headsmen. But are Fulani headsmen more powerful than the Nigerian military that is rated #1 in Africa? Who gives them the guns? Let's ask the right questions. Why is it that there can be an intelligence of attack and people will know and they will keep quiet? It is not time to be doing I'm a Muslim, I'm a Christian. If they shoot somebody in Plateau State, best believe you are the next target, even though you are in Sokoto.
A lady opined, Nigeria is slowly becoming Congo. The elite fabricate man-made conflict using religion and ethnicity. While we fight ourselves, they stay looting and stealing our resources. A guy wrote, she is saying the truth. During my NYSC day in the north, I found out that there are diamonds being dug out of the earth. Another guy said, in all of this, the government cannot be completely exonerated. The politicians know what they are doing. Next on What's Trending, we have a powerful 7.6 magnitude of earthquake struck an area along the west coast of Japan, causing a tsunami wave of at least 4 feet, as well as structural collapses and a large fire. Following a string of strong earthquakes, the north coast of central Japan, the first tsunami waves arrived, some over a meter high. The U.S. Geological Survey and other agencies had earlier recorded a major 7.5 magnitude earthquake. Waves as high as 1.2 meters struck Wajima Port in Ishikawa prefectures, also according to the Japan Meteorological Agency. 4 people are confirmed to have been killed, the Kyodo news agency reports, and dozens of others have been injured. An unknown number of people are trapped beneath the rubble of collapsed buildings in several towns. Authorities issued an evacuation order before the tsunami waves began hitting the western coast of the main island in Honshu. The epicenter is in the Noto Peninsula in Ishikawa Prefecture, where the strongest quake registered a preliminary magnitude of 7.6. A government spokesperson says more than 30,000 homes have lost power. The Japan Meteorological Agency says this is the first time a major tsunami warning had been issued since the Fukushima nuclear disaster on March 11, 2011. A netizen commented, see how they built those buildings. They did not fall. Every city, especially those with frequent earthquakes, should take them as an example to build houses in the name of safety. Another person wrote, the engineering in Japan is incomprehensibly well done. So many lives saved from caring about construction methods and valuing lives over money and profit. A lady added, I hope I never have to experience the ground shaking beneath me. My heart goes out to all people affected. Indeed. And lastly, onto a funny video of a girl who was scammed by her parents. Take a look. That's so sad. I hope she can sue them for the deceit. And that is all on Newsfeed today on Trust TV. Follow us and subscribe to all our social media platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and X. Bye.